Hi, thank you for joining us yet again. I'm coming to you live from Nile One Studios. My name is Rita Cabanyoro. Did you know actually that Germany is the very first country that had to adopt blockchain strategy to enhance that kind of technology? And today we will be discussing about the blockchain and crypto space in Germany. And for sure you need to click onto the subscription button and hitting onto the liking, more so on notification bell, because you need to get notifications on the information right here. And joining me now to discuss through all this with us is Micah, who is the CEO of BlockXSpace, and also this is a space providing blockchain solutions in Germany. Thank you, Micah, for joining us. If you can hear me, please introduce yourself again. Let me just give you a chance to introduce yourself again.
Hello everyone, hello Rita, thanks for this short introduction. Greetings from Germany, and my name is Maike Krautscheid. I'm the CEO and founder of BlockXSpace. We are a blockchain solution distribution channel bringing technologies like smart contracts, recording contracts, and so forth. So this is the overview, let's say.
Thank you so much. I've come to learn just at the beginning of this month, cryptocurrency companies will need a license and customer safeguarding issues to make sure they protect and sell digital tokens in all this is happening under the European Union decision. I am just wondering, what do you think what this hope brings, and what do you think this strategy is up to?
Well, first of all, to give you a little background, in Germany there's already this the so-called BaFin, which is the Federal Financial Supervisory Authority, who was already strict when it comes to cryptocurrency related companies. So anyone who actually wants to provide some form of cryptocurrency services to German citizens actually had to deal with the BaFin. Some of the companies didn't deal with the BaFin and didn't have the correct licenses, let's say, and I already know of some of the companies they might face or will face regulatory consequences, or they have some liability through their actions. And what happened with the European Union? So there was actually a proposal which is called MiCA, markets in crypto assets, which was proposed in September 2020. And now what happened was that there was provisional agreement to this, let's say, regulatory proposal, which now has to be still agreed on by the Council and European Parliament.
Okay.
And until the actual regulation, the MiCA is actually being applied in Europe, it might take another 2 years or so. That's what I expect, at least.
Okay.
But what in general is expected through this regulation is, first of all, that the market, the users are, or consumers, clients, are being protected. The current situation of the cryptocurrency market, it's a Wild West. And with this regulation, they want to tame the Wild West. First of all, the customer, client protection on one side. On the other side, that the people, the companies that are providing these services they can call them crypto asset service providers. They will face they have some accountability and liability also from a regulatory side, which wasn't there yet, but it will come and it has to come.
Okay, thank you, Mike, and at least you've given us, I can say, that was an awesome, incredible overview around what is happening around there. But in the same proposal that I reflected on at the beginning of this particular discussion, I've come to learn also that the German right lawmakers also led this particular decision, and where we're also seeing holders of stable coins, a type of crypto designed to hold a steady value here, has been offered a claim at any time for free and by the charge of the insurers. I mean, what can you tell us about how this decision leverages stable coins?
You mean that people can be sure when they have stable coins that they can use them or without any risk, or what is the question?
Yes, because we see that with stablecoins supervised by the block banking watchdog right here, according to the decision that came by earlier on this month, led by the European Union, I'm just inquiring your opinion on how does the decision leverage these stablecoins?
Okay, I mean, I have different perspectives on the topic around stablecoins. So, on one side, stablecoins are kind of being used to trade in the market also a lot, not to only hold some assets in a digital way and a stable form, but to use crypto assets to, for example, push the prices of BTC and then push the market, sell it, and turn it back to the stablecoin and so forth. This is like, let's say, the orchestration of the crypto trade market is mostly done through stablecoins. But on the other side, what I see and what I think is actually a ticking time bomb, and that's why more regulation is actually needed in the space, is that these stablecoins are not actually backed by a value, let's say a value, an equal value. Let's say one USDT is not backed by one US dollar. So, and this is a problem. Tether, for example, said an audit would destroy their business model. So actually, behind all these billions of US dollar Tether might be nothing more than air, because we don't know what's behind it. There might be a massive percentage of valueless commercial papers. So what we saw in the last few weeks and months, I don't know how many weeks it was ago, there was this Tether, the stable coin, and Terra Luna as a more speculative asset. And what happened was, like, it depegged from its stable connected value, and the whole market broke. Like the speculative coin was around $120 or so, and it basically went to zero. And
Mike,
many yes.
Sorry to interject there, but I see a lot of harmonizing of a set of rules here by the European Union, that at the same time, of course, it will enable investors to actually have onto their decisions. We will see acceleration and also a scale growth in effort to combat the entire block here. But do you think the European Union actually can achieve this without any externals?
I don't know. At the end, we will see if they can do it. I mean, the European Parliament and Europe has a lot of power. I mean, there are how many million people behind it with a lot of money, and I think they have power to push regulations and a framework through. And in regards, going back to stablecoins, they have to make sure that any stablecoin that is out there can prove that they are backed by the assets of what they claim to be backed. If it's a fiat, if it's actually like a commodity like gold, if it's diamonds, whatever, it has to be proven, it has to be audited or auditable anytime by the regulators, and this is currently not there, and so let's say a harmonization will come when the Wild West is tamed.
Okay. Thank you so much. And in case you just joined in, you're watching Rita Caballero here with Maike from German, and we're speaking about the blockchain space and of course crypto space in German, how it is all faring. At this moment, we're going to at least highlight on the non-credited licenses that are happening in German. At least there are some people, Maike, who are worried there, and this comes with, you know, unhealthy trading. What is the validity of this? You could clarify for us what is the state on which this is, you know, undergoing in German, and also what do you think this decision comes to address with unlicensed or uncredited, you know, uncredited users in German?
I mean, through the BaFin, there is already some form of like security in the space, but with the regulation that is also coming up from the European side, which still takes some time, but there is, let's say, it's a bigger umbrella over the continent, and I think there might be a network effect, let's say. So when more and more countries are safer, then I think the people that are in the space that are acting in a malicious way, they will be less and less and less. So I think the risk will be
at least
less.
We've gotten it. Thank you, Maike. And from your perspective and, you know, your opinion, we see a lot of markets being tumbled at this moment in regards to crypto or trading. I don't know, what is the biggest worry you think is happening from the perspective of the investors? I mean, you're one of the people that actually is foreseeing, given that at least you manage a blockchain, at least a company overseeing, you know, crypto and trading in that particular space. What do you think is the biggest worry that investors are, you know, looking forward to face or are worried about as markets tumble down?
Yeah, so first of all, what is the purpose of an investor? So an investor buys cryptos at some point and is expecting a raise in the value of these coins that the investor bought. At this point, when you are simply hodling, maybe for a kind of a short term, you might be in minus. So you didn't receive a return of investment, let's say, or an expected raise in value so far. And at this point, you might have to wait. So maybe wait even a few years until the value
a few years, Maike,
potentially raises again. Yeah?
A few years. You just mentioned waiting a few years. I'm looking at the investors.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the culture here where I come from in Africa, most of the investors, I mean, some of them do not have that culture of, you know, saying, okay, I'm waiting for this. Like, we want things that really come at quick and faster. Sometimes even we do not revise market trends. I mean, what advice are you giving for us? People like that, investors like that, even general investment.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to simply investment in the crypto space, the overall market trend currently is bearish. So the value goes down more or less in most of, I mean, they are, let's say, if you know how to trade, you can make money in any market. And I know that Nile One company or Nile One Academy is providing wonderful trading courses. So this would be an advice from my side to take part at these courses from Nile One Academy. But if you are an investor, like depends. So if there's a crash in the market, most of the times when you then buy certain coins, they are pumping the next day, next 2 days, 20% again, and then you have to sell. But this is like only very short-term investment. This is more like trading. I don't consider this as investment, or this is more a trading, an action that you do for like very like short terms. In general, the market, I think we will see a bit BTC going under 10K. I know it will take some weeks still, but it will drag down the overall market. I told actually since beginning of the year that we will see XRP, for example, again under 20 cent, maybe even down to 11 cent. Then, me personally, I would buy XRP, and I expect kind of like an altcoin summer, which could protect. This is only speculation, let's say. So no financial advice at this point. Beginning of 2018, we saw when BTC reached the bottom, we saw there was kind of like an altcoin summer, and XRP reached a new all-time high. And I expect this to happen actually again when BTC will reach now the bottom, which I assume might be at 6K or something. So, but this is no financial advice, my speculation. I would rather suggest learning how to trade if you have the capacities to learn trading and to take the time. Trading, I think, is the better option than simply hodling at the current state.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your submission. I mean, those who can take it for the good can. And we see, if we're speaking about the crypto space here, the report coming in from KuCoin that was by 2021 end of year, we saw 2.6 Germans who were using crypto, who had used crypto, and also highlighting about 44% of the population there investing into crypto. How relevant is this to the economy there? And what secret can you tell us about the motivation? What drives that mood?
So first of all, I think the numbers of KuCoin are highly exaggerated. So I think still many of the Germans don't actually know about crypto that much. They might have heard about Bitcoin, but they don't know how to get in the space, how to buy crypto, and yeah, so 44% is definitely far too high. I would like to know how they got these numbers. And Germany itself has around double of the population of Uganda. And I mean, they are still, I would say, more conservative. They're not that open to do such highly speculative investments, let's say. And the potential motivation could be simply making money and raising the value of assets that they already have. So more like an extra than like existential investment, let's say.
Okay. At least I mentioned a 2.6%. That was 2.6% out of the population. Maybe you can give us what you think, estimate as well. We can take your estimations. That was last year, by the end of last year, by KuCoin. Give us your estimate about the use of crypto in Germany.
Well, I guess that 2.6% could be legit. That, for example, I mean, they might have access to to KYC data from different exchanges. So I think this could be legit from the numbers of people who bought at some point at least crypto.
Okay. And
I mean, there was a huge push in 2021 or 2020 because, I mean, especially 2021, because the media was then also pushing or mentioning the word Bitcoin more and more in the media, and so many people actually were contacting me. And since 2018, I was telling everyone, like all my friends and family, buy crypto, buy these and these coins. Nobody was listening to me because the numbers were low. They were not doing much in the movement. And then end of 2020 and 2021, everyone who I back then told me who I told them back then were contacting me and saying, oh, I'm regretting not getting into the space and not buying when you told me, and what shall I buy now? And I said, oh, now it's maybe too late, at least for the moment. That's what I thought, and now the bear market is coming, and I think it was good that I said, don't get in now, at least when you are a hodler.
Okay.
So simply holding the crypto.
Okay, thank you so much for your submission. And we see that in May, around May 11th, when the Ministry of Finance there announced that in the published letter on the income taxation of cryptocurrency, confirming officially how the sales of crypto assets was free after after one very tax year, and even the coins were used on staking or lending. Regardless of that, like, it was giving a liability to the audience or the public to actually do investment in that. Maybe would you like to share with us how is it trading right now after income taxation on cryptocurrency? How is it faring now?
Yeah, so to give you a little bit of background,
Yes.
Also beforehand, cryptocurrencies or digital assets were considered as, let's say, a private asset. Was not considered as a fiat or like a usual income or something, or capital gains. So this was like, I buy a painting and maybe on a flea market, I buy a painting, and after 1 year it has raised so much in value, and when I sell it, the gains that I have are for free and they're not taxable. And this was kind of applied to digital assets, to cryptocurrencies. But there was a gray zone in cryptocurrencies when it comes to staking and staking lending. So let's say I put my coins on one of these platforms, maybe not anymore, like Celsius app or something similar, Nexo, and so forth. So back then it was, okay, when I stake these coins, then they will be taxable for 10 years. So I would have needed to stake these coins for 10 years, and then they would have been not taxable anymore. And this was the kind of like the problem, or what was not cleared up since or back then. But now it's clear, I can stake these coins even for a year, and then it's not 10 years, but yeah, it stays with the year.
Okay, thank you so much. In case you just joined us, we're discussing about blockchain and crypto space in German. With me is Micah discussing that with us. And let us put crypto aside and conclude this discussion by you telling us about the general overview of NFTs and the metaverse experience in German. How is it like? Shine a light on that.
Yeah, there are movements in Germany, but I think it's still very calm. So I don't see any companies that are making noise outside, let's say that they are promoting anything much. So it's still quiet. There are some events going on in the blockchain and crypto space, or developer events. but everything is rather small than big, let's say, and people. I mean, I've regularly interviews where people ask me about the things that are going on in Germany, but I think it will still take time. I mean, it's generally slow. Much education is missing, or general awareness. Still, even the big companies need education in the space. Need education about blockchain. Need education about metaverse, NFTs, and so forth. So it's still in the very early beginnings. I think you, with now one group academy, you're much forward and doing such a good thing to Uganda to actually push the adoption so forward. So you are actually advanced compared to Germany, and also I mean. When I see these events that are taking place at you are providing the Oculus glasses and everything, so people can come and experience the metaverse. I don't even know if there's one place in Germany to do these things. I don't know. There's not. Okay. At least there's no academy or something that is promoting this in a loud way. Okay. Yeah, so that said, it takes time. It takes time. I would rather, why I also open up my BlockXSpace company in Dubai, in the UAE. I think UAE, Dubai is very a hot spot for the actual real-life adoption of blockchain technology and everything around it. Also Saudi Arabia, the Middle East in general. So that's why I'm setting up the company there, and I'm also considering moving there. But I still have then the contacts in Germany, and when Germany is waking up and getting ready, then I'm there.
You can tell us more about BlockXSpace, how you're contributing to the adoption of blockchain in Germany and also worldwide. A good decision you're making there, shifting to Dubai or UAE. Please share with us more how you're contributing in less than 2 minutes, because we are concluding.
Yes. So, I mean, Germany... it still takes time, and they need more education here, and less education in Dubai. So currently, let's say the more low-hanging fruits to get the deals and so forth is in the UAE, and there we are there to help with the consultancy, with the development and the implementation of the technologies.
Okay, thank you so much. And reflecting on what you just said about Nile One, I don't want to think that African countries may not have anything to learn from Germany. Maybe you can really correct that.
So I think one thing that Africa can learn from Germany is only from a regulatory side. So establish also a security for the users, for the buyers and traders and so forth, to create a framework where everyone is safe from potential scams and so forth. But otherwise, I would think that Germany can learn much from African people, from African countries, where there's much more the mindset to do innovations, to adapt innovation, and to also risk or let's say create something new. Okay. I think here it's not as creative and open as in Africa.
Thank you so much, Michael, for having joined us. It's been a great time with you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And in case you just joined in, we're just closing our discussion. We were discussing about blockchain and crypto space in Germany with Michael. My name is Rita Cavagnaro. Do not forget, this link follows you after, and it's very important for you to pass it on to the next and the next. Do not forget to hit onto the notification bell. Rita Cavagnaro. Till next time, bye for now.